he thinks that they're going to stay on the ship with the Pac-12, but unfortunately, the ship might be sinking, and getting off early might help them out a lot. What is up, everybody? It is Jake with Master Football, back at it again. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on all things EA college football, subscribe to this channel right now. I also do some pro football, college football, and Madden videos as well. Please subscribe. It's free to you. Helps out the channel a lot. We're on the quest. We hit half a K. We're on the way to 1K, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, here we are in the dog days of baseball. There's not really much sports action going on, but there is a ton of college football news heading right now. The season, everybody's getting excited. Things are going on. I just posted a video yesterday talking about the expansion strategies of both the SEC and the Big Ten. Is it market size? Is it AAU status? Is it competition on the field? It breaks a lot of that information down. But I want to talk to you today about the budding rivalry between the Pac-12 and the Big 12. I actually hope personally, because USC and UCLA are leaving for the Big 10, I actually hope that eventually the Pac-12 and the Big 12 can get some sort of rivalry going, some bowl game or something like that, because there is a lot of, how do we say it? We'll use George Kliakov's terms. A lot of grenades being tossed right now. So one of those grenades came from a former AD of the University of Utah. We're going to go ahead and break down some of the comments he had, because then, in a nice way, I'll say they're completely tone deaf, and in a wrong way, they're absolutely short-sighted in some of the dumber things I've ever heard anybody say. Let's get into those right now. So here we are from at KSL.com from John Wilner, who has been all over the stuff. He does really great work. He says, from former AD of the Utah, says there is no reason to jump into the Big 12 unless the goal is to destroy the Pac-12. 12 schools will have little to gain financially from jumping to the Big 12, according to a veteran of realignment who's watching the chaos unfold from his retirement chair. I see no benefit to somebody from the Pac-12 going to the Big 12, said former Utah athletic director Chris Hill, who oversaw the Utes' 2011 move into the Pac-12. He retired in 2018 after a stellar 3-decade career in which he hired Urban Meyer and Kyle Whittingham. He tracked the realignment situation closely and is aware of the speculation that several Pac-12 schools, including the Utes, could jump to the Big 12. Asked specifically about the Utah administration's preference, Hill offered, they all want to stay. They love the schools they're associated with and with the areas they recruit and play. Utah has a lot of alumni in the Bay Area. There aren't alumni in Waco. Those things matter. So Chris Hill, and you saw the fact, he's got a very, very well-established track record. He took them from the Mountain West over to the Pac-12, did a really good job there. And again, they were those BCS busters. They had the big win against Alabama a couple years ago. They do a lot of good things. That being said, I do think that really, and again, I'm actually going to reference the own website that article was on, why I think those comments are kind of tone deaf, and why I think that he needs to understand that the landscape that's college football is going into right now, you know, he thinks that they're going to stay on the ship with the Pac-12, but unfortunately, the ship might be sinking, and getting off early might help them out a lot. So the very day before that first article came out on August 3rd, this one came out on August 2nd, Patrick Kinahan, preaching Pac-12 unity seems preposterous at this point. Thank you. Okay, unfortunately for Chris Hill, I think he's thinking of the Pac-12 when it was a situation where, you know, he's just going to leave for the Utah Utes are going to leave from the Pac-12, they're going to go to the Big 12, and then the Pac-12, whatever that is just going to stay and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Unfortunately, in the opposite situation with the I-Rate 8 last year, where the I-Rate 8 from the Big 12, they were at 10, they lost Texas and Oklahoma, they added those 4, they were kind of galvanized, they're united together. It seems like the Pac-12, they're galvanized together, but there's certain stipulations that they're wanting to be into the contract, so just in case somebody comes a-calling, they can leave. And this is from July 27th from Dennis Dodd. The Big Ten is already evaluating Cal, Oregon, Stanford, and Washington from the Pac-12 as further expansion is considered. Oh, what about Pac-12 unity? Oh my gosh, why don't they just stick together? They shouldn't leave. Everything's going to be fine. Unfortunately, what's going on right now is the Big Ten is currently, they're waiting for their negotiation to happen probably towards the end of this month, probably around Labor Day. Once that happens, they're going to go to Fox. They're actually going to analyze, do we want to add this TV market? Do we want to add this team? Do you want to add that team? What do we want to do there? Remember, they added Maryland, they added Rutgers, they added USC and UCLA because they wanted solid AAU institutions, also Washington, D.C., New York, and LA in their markets. Well, what do they do next? Do they want to add competition? Do they want to add a Mountain Time Zone team? Do they want to corner the Northwest? Do they want to go Seattle? And do they want to go Portland, UW, and Oregon? Do they want to go Utah? What do they want to do there? Because they're not done, and it looks like Fox is like, let's just corner the market. Let's get 24 teams. Let's get 30 teams. Screw it. Let's just get all the markets that we want and basically form our own championship. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the situation they're looking for. So my message to Chris Hill is take a little bit more time with your analysis of the situation. I know like he said, he's sitting there on his couch. He's retired. Things are good. Oh, yeah. Why would we go back to the Big 12? That makes no sense. Well, unfortunately, what would you think he would do if Oregon, Washington, Cal, and Stanford left for the Big 10? Do you think he's going to stay then now? Do you think him and Colorado, the Arizona schools, Oregon State, and Washington State are all galvanized together? Oh, we're just going to add some Mountain West teams. No, in that instance, I think they would be crazy not to go over to the Big 12. The question is, what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think that the current Pac-12 schools are galvanized together with each other like the Big 12 I-Rate 8 was last year? Or do you think that all it takes is one, and the second the Big 10 comes a-calling, they're going to go? Get in the comments right now. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps out the channel. I'll see you guys later. I got a big interview coming next week. I'll see you then. I am out.